Hey there, gang. Welcome back to Papa's Model Workshop. I'm Papa, and this is my workshop. So I've jumped into the Chrysler 300 group build with both hands, and I have wet sanded this, and I reshot it with the 2K clear, and it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see. The lighting right in this particular spot is a little bit difficult, but I'm very happy with the way this is coming out so far. I'm going to show you something. I've gotten some grief from a bunch of people about my practice of putting a brand new kit into a solution of water and Dawn dishwashing detergent. That's usually something I do. And I'll tell you, the one thing that always has amazed me about this is that some folks get actually angry about this. I mean, I understand if you disagree with something that I do, and I welcome, dissenting opinions. It's, in fact, I might actually learn something from a dissenting opinion and decide that your way is better. So, yeah, disagree with me. That's great. But I don't get when people actually get angry. And this is one of the few things where people actually get angry is over this practice of using Dawn and water to wash your parts ahead of time. I never understood that. So anyway, here's what I'm going to show you. This, as I showed you, came out really nice, okay? I'm going to show you the hood. Hang on a sec. I thought I had it right here. I guess I left it over there. Hang on. Okay, so I got the hood, and I took the opportunity while I paused the camera to rearrange the lighting a little bit. So I think this is a little bit better. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. See that? On the surface, this looks like it came out real nice, all right? But here's what I want to show you. Right in here. Can you see this? Okay. Trying to get this so that the light picks this up. That schmutzy area right in there. It's about this big. All right. Okay. So I didn't do the parts for this car in the usual water and Dawn solution. I just simply forgot, to be honest with you. So I forgot to do it, and that's what I got. All right. Now, can I categorically say, all right, for sure that that's what caused that? No, I really can't. But what I can say is this. The last time I did not do the Dawn and water cleaning solution, all right, I got fish eyes, all right? And that was a long time ago, so I've been doing it ever since. This time around, I just simply forgot to do it, and I got that schmutz on the hood. So maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe it's unrelated, but it only takes a few minutes. It really does. It's only a few minutes, and I scrub it with a toothbrush. I let them soak in the Dawn and water solution for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I take an old toothbrush and I scrub the body and the hood, pertinent items like the dashboard or the console or something like that. I don't scrub every single part with the toothbrush. Things like the battery or the distributor. I'm not going to scrub those with the toothbrush. But anyway, I just thought it would be worth mentioning that I did not do it. Okay, and that's what I wound up with. So I've tried to fix this. I have sanded this right down to bare plastic, I think 3 times, and put the black paint back on there because I started this with a black base as my primer, okay, and it came out beautiful on here, and so I reshot that, and I tried to repaint it, and I can't get this schmutz area out. So my ultimate solution was, well, I had 2 options really. Either live with it at this point, because after you do it 3 times and it's just not working, that's what your choices are. Either live with it, or I found a hood for this kit. I think it was on eBay. So I ordered that. It cost me $6. It was a nominal fee. So I'm waiting for that to get here, and I'll just start over with the hood, with a brand new fresh hood. And hopefully I should have no more problems with the hood. And yes, I will put that in the Dawn and Water solution. Now, here's another thing I want to go over with you. I just, sometimes Papa's a dunderhead. Not only did I forget to do the Dawn and Water solution, you know what I did? I forgot to prime the kit. Okay, so here's what happens when you come out with parts that are painted. I don't know if that's focusing real well. On the surface, this looks like it's okay, but if you're able to get in and look real close, all right, and I don't know if this is showing up on camera. I'm trying to move this around so the focus picks it up, but it's a little pebbly. All right, and the parts. Now I also mentioned to you how I separate all my parts. All right, so everything has been painted. All right, all the parts are painted and ready for assembly here at the assembly bench. And a lot of the parts, they're pebbly in appearance. Okay, again, I just don't think the camera is really doing justice to this pebbly effect that I have on here. It's not awful, it's not terrible, but still, it could be better. And I think that if I had primed first, it would in fact be better. This actually came out pretty good. Okay, but this was primed with the black paint. All right, and I went black on black, and that came out fine. So I think that for lacquers and acrylics, you really do need to prime. Now, here's the thing that I'm wondering. And I don't know this for sure because I paint primarily with lacquers and acrylics. I do use enamels from time to time, but I always prime. And I was wondering, I wonder if the enamels would come out pebbly like that without primer. Now, enamel is a little bit different. It seals onto the piece that you're painting. And I know that a lot of people don't use primer with enamel. So I thought maybe I would give that a try and see what the effect of painting on bare plastic would be with an enamel paint. So I'll tell you what, let's go over to the paint booth. Let's try that out and let's see what we get, okay? Okay, gang, we're here at the paint booth, and let's see, I forgot to turn it on too. Oh, my brain's just not working this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with this Revell enamel color. Okay, if I can get this through, there you go. Okay, can you see that? Okay. So I mixed up this Revell enamel at a rate of 1:1. And I'm actually anxious to try this out because I've actually had this sitting on my shelf here for quite a long time, and I've never tried it. So I figured if we're going to test enamel today, this is a good opportunity for me to try this paint out. And I'm curious about that color too. So here is a bare plastic spoon, unprimed, and let's give that a try, okay? And we will find out together what the results of this are going to be. Okay, so and I cleaned out my paint booth. If you've seen some of the previous episodes where I'm painting, this was a complete mess. So I just cleaned this out. It's nice and clean, and we'll give this a shot. So, okay, we've got nice flow with the paint. This is a 0.3 needle in here, by the way, and I'm running at about 20 psi. This is my Gallery 39 airbrush. So let's see what we get here. Okay, this is unprimed. All right, let me get that in camera, or in frame rather. All right. And initially, I'm liking the way this is laying down. It's a nice color. All right, now this is on an unprimed spoon, as I mentioned. Sometimes the plastic that you get in a kit and the plastic spoons isn't always identical. So let's try this. I have a couple of pieces of sprue from an old kit, so let's try it on there, okay? And let's see how that works. Unprimed, all right? This is flowing very nicely, all right? Let's go over here, grab another piece, okay? All right? And hang on, guys. Let's go with a larger piece, okay? Again, unprimed. All right? So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that in the dehydrator, let it dry, and after everything is dry, I'll get right back to you. Okay, so we're over here at the paint bench, and we've got those pieces in the dehydrator. And while we're here, I thought I'd show you a couple of things. This, by the way, is a little bit of a bigger piece. I showed it to you over at the paint booth, but boy, I like that color an awful lot. So as I mentioned, I'm using the Revell paint, all right? Now here's the thing with the Revell, okay? See that top of this thing? It's like a little paint can, all right? And you have to pry this piece here off, all right, with a screwdriver. It sits like this. Can you see that okay? And you push that thing back down to get it in, okay? And that's how it is when you get it, all right? And you can't just pull this off. You have to pry it off with a screwdriver. And I suppose that that's not really that awful, but you know, it's much easier to take a paint and unscrew it like this. You know, if my hands weren't in the way, you'd be able to see that, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's much easier to just simply unscrew a paint like that than to get involved with screwdrivers and trying to pry the thing off and so forth. Now, like I said, that's not really so awful to get in here with a screwdriver and pry it up. The thing that gets a little bit annoying is the fact that when you pull it up, you've got all this paint in here and on here, and when you actually try to lift that thing off, you know, you get paint on your fingers and so forth. And this is not bad because the lighting is not showing it, but I already wiped my fingers off. But you get the paint on your fingers and it kind of gets all over the place, and it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. So what I decided to do was to transfer the paint into a jar like this. All right. So again, here it is. This is a sealed one. All right. See how it's sealed? And that's what I decided to do, was to put it into a jar like this, and it's got a little seal inside the cap. All right. And now this will be much easier to deal with. And if you want to hang on one second, I'll show you. Okay, I got these at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can see this too well with the glare, but you get 6 of them in this package. And that's what I transferred this paint to. So, I'll just put a little piece of masking tape on here and label it. All right. In fact, I've got, so here we go. I did this with something else. This is pre-thinned 2K clear. Okay, and that's what I did. I just simply put a piece of masking tape on there, and I marked it. So, and this has actually been sitting there for quite a while. I can't imagine that it's still good. So, I'm probably going to toss that. So, anyway, that's just my suggestion on this Revell paint, and it's actually one of the reasons why I haven't really used it, because I knew that container was going to be a pain. Okay, so that's that with this Revell paint. So let me put this aside and see, even picking that up, you get it on your fingers, and, like I said, this is a mess. And when you try to put this on there, if you don't clean this out completely, what ends up happening is you get tiny little air gaps, and that's the thing that causes your paint to, scab over or congeal or whatever have you. So anyway, whoever came up with, not that, whoever came up with this design, really rethink your packaging. I'm sure they're going to listen to Papa's Model Workshop and get right on that, right? Okay, let me toss that, and we will put this over here in its place. All right, and this paint, as I said, really went on nicely. I was very impressed with how it laid down, how it sprayed, how it even cleaned out of the airbrush. By the way, as I said, it's an enamel paint, but I did use leveling thinner to thin this. And as I mentioned at the paint booth, that was at a ratio of 1:1. Okay, so that is that. I mentioned about color combinations in the last video. Let me quickly go over this. I was just playing without any rhyme or reason, and here's some color combinations that I was playing with. This is the Mr. Green. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Metal. What is this stuff called? I don't know. Metal Green. That's what it's called. Okay, so that's Metal Green. All right, and that is with Pro Scale Ruby Red. All right, how's that for a color combination? All right, that's not too bad. All right, that's just one idea. Now, some of you may look at that and say, yeah, it looks pretty good. And some of you may look and say, Papa, that looks terrible. Okay, so what else do we have here? This is, I used Krylon Gold as a base for this. And this was Splash. Where is that? Right here. Ruby Red. Okay, there's the color on there. I don't know if you can see that through the bottom. You can see it better on top here. All right, Splash Ruby Red. That's a lacquer paint. And, again, just playing, but I kind of faded this, all right? So it's not a definitive line, but let me see if I can get this light up here. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, that helps a lot, I think. All right, so let me bring this back up here. There's that red and green color, all right? And here is that ruby red that I kind of faded up into the gold, all right? And yes, I apologize for the racket. The kitchen renovation is still going on right above our heads upstairs, so I apologize about the racket. This was a Createx paint, and I think this was, fluorescent raspberry, all right? Now, the fluorescent raspberry was right in here. All right, you see, you get that paint is all over it. That's why I hate that container for Revell. All right, but the base on this spoon was the Createx raspberry. Is this it? Fluorescent red? Yeah, there you go. Okay, and it's much easier doing some of these presentations over here at the paint bench because everything is right here. I can just reach over and grab things. But that's with, I think, the Mr. Metallic Green that I just showed you, right? So, yeah, that's the same color, right? See how the difference is, right? With a ruby red base from Pro Scale, and then on the Createx. And I don't know, I just was playing around again, fading the colors and so forth. And I don't know what this is down here. What is this? I don't know. You know, I usually write these things down on the opposite side of the spoon, and I didn't write down what this was. Oh, you know what that is? Okay, I know what that is. That's gunmetal. All right. So again, I was just playing. Here's the last spoon I played with, and this is gunmetal right there. Okay, gunmetal. This is pure orange from Tamiya, and this is I think this is Tamiya pure yellow LP8. What is that? 8? Yeah, LP8. Okay. And yeah, again, just playing little games, okay. But I've seen some cars where, you know, the front of the car, the hood starts out in a yellow color and it fades back into an orange, and then that fades into a darker color. A lot of times I've seen this where that fade goes into a black color. So again, you know, not much rhyme or reason to this. Just, you know, playing around the other day to see how things would look. Now, what I do want to do is I want to maybe do this again, okay, and run some tape and make a more definitive line, all right, and then compare colors in that way. So we'll do that in another video, and I have plenty of choices here. I've showed you my pre-painted spoons and so forth, so I've got plenty to choose from. And all my other cup, I've got all of my pre-primed spoons, so you know it makes it easy to just grab and go. All right, so let's see, how is that? We've only got another 6 minutes to go on that dehydrator. So I'll tell you what, one of the things that I also want to show you today is this liquid mask. Right now, if you saw the video, I don't know, a couple of episodes back, I tried out this Mr. Hobby liquid mask, okay? And I didn't really like it. So I'm going to give the Vallejo a try, and I'll probably do that in another video as well. But this just came in, okay? And okay, so the stuff in the dehydrator is all done. This is our spoon that we shot, right? And I know a lot of times that things don't show up on camera, but I can tell you, looking at it live and in living color here, this is not pebbly at all. This is completely dry, no pebble, right? I haven't sanded this or anything. It's just, you know, I shot it, threw it in the dehydrator, and that came out really nice. So apparently those who elect not to prime when using enamel, at least with this Revell enamel, looks like it came out real nice. Now we tried some other plastic. Okay, this is actually old sprue, as I mentioned before, all right, from a kit, and this looks like it came out rather nice. No pebbling, it's nice and smooth. So apparently the enamel without primer works okay. So that is the test. Oh, and by the way, while I had some of that yellow, that Revell yellow that I was testing, I was playing with some spoons, okay? And here's the yellow up here, and this is over Tamiya orange, okay? And you know, that looks like it matches nicely. Now, I got a little heavy-handed here just to, you know, get a more definitive yellow in there, okay? So let me see. Yeah, there you go. I got to back this up so you can see it, okay? And this is that same Revell yellow color on a gold spoon, right? And this was on a black spoon. Look at how deep that orange, I'm sorry, not orange, that yellow turned into a deep green, right? But against the black surface, I guess you would expect that, right? Okay, so I think that's probably going to do it for our paint testing for right now. And by the way, I think the lighting over here is just a little bit better. Can you see that schmutz a little bit better right in here? Okay, can you see that? All right, so that's what I'm complaining about. All right, so what else have I got here? I have a few other things here. I got some more fiber cloths that just came in. A lot of times I have done videos where I have this slung over my shoulder, and people say, "Papa, what the heck is that?" Well, that's what it is. It's fiber microcloths, all right, for polishing, the paint and so forth. And also, this just recently came in. This is a tape dispenser, holds all your tapes and so forth. This is great. I can just, pull it and, like a Scotch tape dispenser, but it holds multiple types of tape. And I only have a few tapes in here. I probably need one more tape about this size, and this will be all nice and snug, and you won't have all this play in there. But this is great. All right, and I think I got this on Amazon. So what else? Do I have anything else to show you right now? I think that's probably about it. I showed you my Vallejo liquid mask, and my micro fiber cloths and my tape dispenser. So I think that's probably it for right now. So anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm going to move along here, and if you enjoy my channel, please give me a thumbs up, and better yet, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and if you want a shop card, give you the email address. There you go. There's my email address if you would like a shop card. And if you're a content creator, there's my mailing address if you want to swap shop cards with me. I've gotten a number of them in, and I appreciate that. And I've got a number of requests to send them out. So we've got a real communication going here. So I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to end this up, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in again, and I'll see you in the next video.